Now, I know this movie came out very late in the year 2021, but still, somebody has to tell me how Yuta and Rika did not win Couple of the Year. They're so cute. Oh my god. Welcome back, everybody. Today, we're going to be talking about the new Jujutsu Kaisen movie that just released here in the United States. Essentially, what the story is about is it's a prequel to the anime, right? So we're introduced to Gojo, right? We all know that he's the teacher at Jujutsu High, and we get the second years in the anime as first years. So it's their first year at Jujutsu High. The three would be Panda, Maki, and Toge. So they're back. They are a big part of this story, and we obviously have newcomer Yuta and his curse, which is Rika. And obviously, not to talk too much about their relationship or how they came to be, but it is important to know that the whole first half of the movie does focus on, Rika and Yuta's relationship. It focuses on how they became human and curse. We get to see him interact with Maki and Toge and Panda. At first, the three students are very reluctant because they sense a very strong presence in the curse. So at first, obviously, it throws them off and they don't really know what to do. But as time goes on, they start to kind of warm up to him. Overall, this movie is actually very interesting for people that have already seen Jujutsu Kaisen. For people that have never seen it, I think they'll enjoy it because the first half of the movie does a really good job of explaining what curses are. If you've already seen Jujutsu Kaisen, you know when they have to fight curses, they usually seal them off like in a big bubble, and they explain why they do that. Since Yuta is very new to this Jujutsu world of sorcerers, they explain that as well. So they do a very thorough job of introducing everything that Jujutsu Kaisen had already done. So to people that have already seen it, it might feel like the first half of the movie is extremely long because essentially they are reiterating what is already established in Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen came out, I think, a year ago now. So even people who have seen it, who haven't, I guess, rewatched it recently, would probably appreciate a little bit because there might be little details in which you forget. There's little things you probably forgot, and they do a good job of explaining it. I really want to highlight Yuta as a character. He is this character who doesn't really understand what it is to have a curse kind of following him around. The very opening scene, it's him at school being bullied, right? And he's more terrified about the safety of others, and he's just kind of like back away, back away, back away. But he's not even talking to them, he's talking to the curse. He serves like a complete 180-degree turn from what Itadori was. Itadori was this really talented individual who essentially was superhuman without needing a curse, right? It really took no time for him and Sukuna to kind of start interacting. And their interactions were a lot more like, I'm going to take this if you don't do this, right? So it's kind of like a give and take. It's the complete opposite between Rika and Yuta. So the movie will explain all of this, but they are one. Obviously, they don't know how to control each other, but they're both trying to achieve the same goal. At first, he isn't talented. He struggles with all the training. He struggles with wielding a sword and everything because he's not physically strong. But as the movie progresses, he starts getting stronger. He starts learning new abilities. Trust me when I tell you that once all the talking stops, once all the kind of building towards the big fight that is going to be at the end, it really is worth it. I promise. I really felt that it was extremely slow. It took a long time to get started. But once it did, Jesus, it was such a good finale for the fight. Jujutsu Kaisen is really known for its fights and its animation in MAPPA. just always excels in animating such elegant and smooth fights with Jujutsu Kaisen. And I think this movie is no exception. There's a reason why it was very successful in Japan. And it isn't always because of the fight scenes, it's also because of the characters. Gojo is obviously a standout. He's as goofy as always. We kind of get a little bit of background on Maki, just mostly dialogue, not so much story related, but just stuff that we already know, but we get a different perspective on the character that she is and what she's trying to achieve in life, right? Overall, this movie was very enjoyable. Like I said, it does take a while to pick up, but once it picks up, to the moon, baby. It just nonstop action for the last 20 minutes. I mean, it isn't. It's not bad, but I'm just saying, like, you get invested with the characters, and the ending does feel fulfilling. I will say that. But other than that, that is the reaction review for Jujutsu Kaisen. No spoilers, of course. This movie doesn't fail. It's gonna please people that are there for an action movie, but also to those that really enjoy Jujutsu Kaisen as a manga, as an anime. You're gonna love it, and I really enjoyed it. I'm giving it an 80 because the story itself is not very complex, and it does take a little bit to kind of get to from point A to point B. I think point B is very well deserved, and I really enjoyed it. So thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful night, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.